All right, Mega Mike the Movie Man here, everybody, with a mega pregame show for Halloween Ends. We're trying to get the hype up for this one. We're trying to get the excitement because for some reason I just don't feel as much excitement for this movie. But hopefully this stream will change that. So I'm joined today by an awesome YouTuber here, another Blue Tuber. Bob, go ahead, introduce yourself to the stream, promote yourself, tell them everything all about your channel.
Yeah, awesome. Bob's Blu-rays here. I go by Bob in case anybody doesn't already know me. I do have a YouTube channel. I've been doing a lot of streams. I do a lot with Mega Mike. So yeah, you can find me on Bob's Blu-rays. And let's see here. I've got a lot of streams coming up. One with Mike in the future, so a couple weeks from now. But yeah, be sure to stay tuned. I've got some other streams tomorrow as well. I'll be on Huck's Trivia tomorrow. But tonight's going to be fun. Looking forward to it, Mike. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate the invite, and I'm excited to get this kicked off.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining once again. So how this live stream is going to work, we're going to go over 10 discussion topic questions for Halloween Ends. I have the list right here, so we're just going to kind of go through them, go back and forth, just kind of sharing our overall thoughts, answering those. But if you do have a comment or another question you want to get answered here live on the stream, definitely get those in the comments. That way we can read some of those off and hopefully get through as many as we can. And I did pick up, something special for the live stream, my Halloween mask here. So if you want me to put this on for the live stream and make me Mega Mike the Myers Man tonight, you're going to have to get me a certain number of likes there. So hopefully we can get maybe, I don't want to set the bar too high. We don't have too many in here right now, but hopefully more people join in. Well, what are we thinking? Let's say at least maybe get 20 likes out there. If we get 20 likes, I'll go ahead, put on the mask for the rest of the stream and do my best doing this stream with the mask on. So if you want to see that, see me try that on, definitely let's get those likes out there. But awesome. Let's get into our first question here. So first question on the list is going to be, what did we like about Halloween 2018? So we got to talk about this new trilogy of films here. So for me, I actually really enjoy this one. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I think they do a good job connecting it with the original. I just like the way kind of how Michael Myers becomes the boogeyman again with it, more of the shape. Just very creepy and atmospheric for me. I really like the score overall. So I think there's some good slashing moments in it, but it's not too over the top. And then I do really like Jamie Lee Curtis in this one as Laurie Strode. I think those characters towards the end have a good throwdown match. So that's my favorite part. I really enjoy that. But those are kind of my initial thoughts. Bob, I know you're not a big fan of this one, correct? But what do you think of this one? Is there any positives you could say, just to start off on a positive note?
Yeah, not the trilogy, not this new trilogy so much. My biggest complaint is Danny McBride, and I've mentioned that 1,000 times. There's, as far as you want me to touch on the positives first.
Yeah, we'll start positive, and then the next question we can tear it apart.
All right. Okay. All right. So positives. The score is pretty cool. The scene with Laurie's granddaughter running down the street after she sees her friend hanging up on that fence, the gate, and she's running down the street. That is one of the best scores for a scene. However, it's only like 45 seconds long. It ends so abruptly, and she just starts knocking on doors, and then the scene ends. So it's like we could have used more of that. The scenes that actually do show on-screen kills are very well done. They're very gory. Unfortunately, I counted because everybody tried to say this was one of the goriest films ever. Michael Myers kills so many people. They actually killed more people off-screen than they did on-screen in this one. So that is when it was on-screen, it was done well. However, I just wish there was more of it.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so those are our positives right there. Let's go ahead and check out some of these comments here before we get to the negatives and tear this one apart. So let's go ahead and show our first comment here. So hello everyone. I won't be able to watch the show. I'll catch the replay. Well, thank you for being able to catch the replay later on. Happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween. And my costume, I will be Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Awesome costume. Fantastic movie. Perfect for Halloween and the holiday season. So excellent.
Thanks for being here. Catching the replay.
Yes. All right, let's take a look at this comment here. So, hello, which Halloween movie you hated so much? So, well, for me, the one I probably liked the least, I know we're gonna have our ranking list, so I don't want to go into too much details of this one, but at the moment, you know what? It's a tough one to decide right now, but I'm probably gonna lean towards Halloween. Is it going to be Resurrection? I don't know. It's between Resurrection and Curse of Michael Myers, but I'm going to have to go back and forth between those two. Once we get to our ranking video, Bob, I'll get a more definitive answer, but that's my initial thoughts at the moment. Bob, what do you think? What's your least favorite?
It's got to be Rob Zombie Halloween 2.
Oh my goodness. My bad. I forgot about the Rob Zombie. I don't even count those like in my list. Like when I think of Halloween, those ones are like not even counted. So yes, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. Yes, both
No more
awesome.
spoilers, okay? Because I don't want to be spoiled on the stream. I gotta know what your ranking is.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I gave too
October
much
25th. Everybody in here has to tune into my channel to find out our Halloween franchise ranking. Plus Terrell and Mike, plus Terrell and Derek. We're all four going to rank the Halloween franchise. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait to do that because we're going to see like you might have something as your number 1. I might have as my number 12.
Oh yeah, and my thoughts have been changing on this like every day. Like every day when I think of my list again, I start shuffling some things around. So I know by the time we get to the ranking live stream, it's going to be a way different order. So yeah, like I'm pretty confident with top and the bottom, but in the middle, it's all going to get mixed around. But yeah, definitely everybody look forward to that live stream. Make sure you get subbed up to Bob's channel so you can check us out with those rankings, and of course a couple other amazing YouTubers as well joining. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's take a look at this second question here, our second topic discussion question.
Did you get the box set of Halloween? The new one? That? Did you get the new box set?
I did. I finally got it last night, and I did watch Halloween H2O out of it. Tonight, I'm going to probably watch Halloween 6, and then probably tomorrow, Resurrection. How about you?
No, I didn't get it. I might for the stream, but I didn't get it yet because I don't know, $105. I was like, eh.
Yeah, the price is tough, especially because it's probably going to get discounted in a year. When you got another Shocktober sale, it's probably going to be half off. Yeah,
I was thinking less than a year.
Oh, you think so? You think it'll drop? Yeah, I'm sure it'll drop a little bit at least $20 to $40.
I was thinking maybe 10 on Amazon, like 90 I might get it for. It's not that I'm necessarily penny pinching, but if you think about it, most of their releases are $27.99, their 4K. So I'll pay $30 for each one, $90 because I don't care about the box. So they didn't need to do that. They're charging an extra $15-20 because of that cheap ass box. And it's like, it's not even a good box.
Oh yeah, the price is outrageous. I mean, yeah, I was pretty upset about it. And then I thought I was going to be so lucky when I did my Walmart order. But of course, we know how that went. It would have been great to get that for 20 something bucks. Like that would have made my day. But after that was canceled, I'm like, oh, I still really want to see Halloween H2O. So, all right, I'm going to get it. I just have to do it. But yeah, still way overpriced. Way too expensive. All right. Next topic question here, because it's perfect fitting for this comment, right? Which Halloween movie you hated so much? So question 2 here is, what didn't you like about Halloween 2018? I know, Bob, you mentioned a couple things. I know I really like the movie, and it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, but I still have some issues with it. I do. It's not perfect. There's some flaws in there. I did like how you brought up, Bob, the off-screen kills. I do not like how they did a lot of off-screen kills. That is another thing I did notice, and I'm like, it's okay, but it could have been way better if they were on-screen kills. So I'm not sure why they went with that. To me, that was a weird directing choice, or however you want to say. I don't know why they went with that.
Michael
So that,
Myers. It's a rated R horror movie. These things shouldn't be off screen.
yeah, and it was way too many of them too. It wasn't like it was one of them, two of them. How many did you say? Do you remember the count you did on how many off screen about?
No, I was listening to a podcast of one of my good friends, and he had talked about the number of kills, and he completely got a different number than I did, because I think he said something like 19 or something. But when I was counting, and this was like over a year ago, I'll have to do it again when I rewatch it, which might be in a day or two, getting ready for the new one. I thought I saw something like, I counted something along the lines of 13 off screen, 12 on screen.
Oh yeah, and
And
wow,
some of them are a
that's a
fine line, like it's kind of like they cut, is that considered on screen? Is that considered off screen? But like the boyfriend, for example, they don't even show, they just show him hanging up on the wall. It's like after he runs back in the house, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, way too many off-screen ones, especially like you said, there's more off-screen ones than on-screen ones. Like, what? We're in a slasher movie, right? Makes no sense. So that was one thing I did, have a little issue with. Also, I don't like how they didn't connect Laurie Strode as sister to Michael Myers in this series. I
Oh,
had a major issue with that. Bob, did you like that or not like that?
that is one of the things that pissed me off more than anything. There's two things that pissed me off. I'm going to start promoting this right now to a few friends, actually. So if you see me looking at my phone, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the numbers up to 20. Remember, he's going to put that Myers mask on. So it's
Yeah.
right now. But yes, two things, two big problems with this franchise was one, or this new trilogy. One was the getting rid of the sister brother storyline, because when you do that, why is she obsessed with the guy 40 years later? I understand trauma, all that stuff. You know what I mean? She was attacked, but it's like they got rid of the sequel, number 2. Okay. So basically she's attacked by this guy for one night, for a couple, maybe an hour or two. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure after 4 years, you move on eventually at some point. But not only that, it's like when you remove that storyline, I hated it. But why is she so obsessed? Like 40 years later, he's locked up. Let it go. You're worried about your daughter, and he's coming for us. And it's like, why is this guy coming for you? It's 40 years later. He probably doesn't even remember who you are. Like, it's just stupid. And it was just to have her in the franchise. But it's like, okay, if you're gonna have her back, why get rid of her then? Or why get rid of the storyline of the brother sister storyline? And then the second thing, this was something that irks me, like pisses me off. Okay. I see your girlfriend or your wife's in the chat right here, Anna.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe
Yes.
Dana.
And Anna's in here. Yeah, we're talking about Halloween 2018, by the way, Anna. Okay, so and I followed her back on Instagram today. I saw that she was following me. So amazing, Anna. What pisses me off, you, Gus, everybody in the chat, that doctor, they shit all over Dr. Loomis, his legacy and everything. Why did he stab the police officer in the throat and put Michael Myers in the backseat? Can you make a bigger dumb ass out of yourself is a fucking movie? Like, excuse my language, but seriously, what a joke. That was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Anybody who likes the doctor in that in the new Halloween, like, I have zero respect for you as a person.
Definitely.
I don't think you understand film then, because that whole storyline with the doctor was dumb. It's that nothing like Dr. Loomis. Like, I understand he was obsessed and he wanted to get him to like Laurie, but those two things bring the movie down so much and make it impossible to like redeem themselves, especially that one in particular. Because when that happened, I was watching this with one of my friends and he was just like, oh my God, Bob's gonna be pissed. And I was.
Yeah. Let me address those 2 points, because those are 2 big issues I have with the movie as well. Like you said, the obsession. Now, maybe I'll buy a little bit more of the obsession with Laurie Strode against Michael Myers just because of the trauma. But you're right, 40 years, ridiculously amount of time. It wasn't like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. 40 years, you would think after that time, especially with him being locked up, would have moved on. So that one, yeah, still have an issue with it, but maybe I can buy into the trauma. But I don't get the flip side with that. Like, why is Michael Myers like coming after her all of a sudden. And I guess, later on we find out, it's not really about going after her. He was put in that position. But then how is Halloween Ends going to make sense? Like, it seems like, at least from the trailers, which we'll talk about a little bit later, that he's obsessed with her and wants to go after her still. Like, I still don't get it. I don't get why he's obsessed with her at all, if any, because it just doesn't make any sense. It's like we need that brother sister relationship there, and I don't get what the point of changing it. Why change it? Why take it out? It works for the story. I don't get why they felt, okay, let's remove this. It's not like they replaced it with something better. Like, I'm okay with changes if they make sense, if they make the movie better, if it improves it. But I agree, that one totally didn't make any sense.
I
It doesn't
think
work in the movie's benefit.
I think some people actually, and it says you froze. I'm not sure if I did. She says getting mad at the movie. It's just a movie. Come on, Anna. It's just a movie, but it's Halloween. But the some people say like he wasn't even coming after her. Like she just thinks he was, but he wasn't even after her. Some people are like he was just going back to his own house, his old house. So I don't know.
Which may make sense for Halloween Kills, but in Halloween 2018, then why go to that place and have the throwdown with, Laurie Strode and all that? Like,
One could say he was going after the girl that got away, which was the granddaughter, because she was running to that place, and the doctor was trying to bring him there.
yeah.
And he was really close at that point once he stopped. That scene where he stomps on the cop's head, I believe it was pretty cool. But yeah, that whole once I didn't mind Halloween 2018. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But as soon as that doctor flipped the script and stabbed the police officer in the head, I was like, it's just stupid. It just ruined the movie for me. And it got really frustrating because, it's such an important horror film, and I'm not the biggest Halloween fan or Michael Myers fan. I prefer other slashers more than him. But it's a huge part of my childhood. So when you kind of shit all over it at the end there, that's what upset me. I understand it's just a horror movie, but it's we're passionate about our movies, Anna.
Yes, and yeah, like you said, that the new Loomis character, yeah, that was so bad. Now, I'm still okay with the movie because I thought it was gonna go a lot worse. I was almost ready to walk out of the theater. Like, if they continued with now the new Loomis becoming the new slasher and taking over the Michael Myers role, I would have been done with it at that point. But at least it was a terrible idea. They stopped and then they continue it with the rest of the movie or the rest of the franchise. So it was still really bad. It was ridiculous. You're absolutely right. It was silly. Definitely not Loomis in any shape or form. But I thought it could have got a lot worse. So that's why when they squashed it right away, I'm like, okay, cool. We can at least move on from that bad idea. Let's move to something else.
I don't
Because
think anyone liked that idea either. I didn't hear anybody say that was great writing. It's just okay, and they screwed up twice, like that, and then the Evil Dies Tonight nobody liked. So these writers have just done it. The movie, the new trilogy, it's not a bad idea. It's the writing and the script for me that just ruin everything about it, and haven't made it into something that it could be if it was in the hands of better writers.
Oh yeah, I mean, great potential there, but lacking on some of the execution for sure. All right, let's take a look at some of these comments and questions here, but before we move on to Halloween Kills, which I know we're gonna have a lot to say about that one. But let's see, we got a Craig here that says hello, Craig. Thanks for joining in. Let's see, we got I retired on Halloween. Oh, well, congratulations on that past retirement. Excellent. Hey, that's a fun day to retire though. Like, hey, done with Halloween now. Can
He
just relax.
retired and became Michael Myers.
All right, let's see. Do they make 3D Halloween DVDs? I don't think so. Has Halloween ever gone to 3D in any way, shape, or form?
Not that
No, right? No, I
no.
don't think so. Could you imagine that? What if they did the next Halloween in 3D? I bet you that will be the gimmick for the next trilogy.
There's a question: isn't Myers immortal like Jason? That's the thing, though. What bothers me about Jason and Michael Myers is there's no identity to them. Michael Myers is supposed to be a man. He's supposed to be a boy, right? That grew up as a man. They call him a ghost. I'm pretty sure they call him a boogeyman. They call him a man, and they call him a couple other things, the shape, and maybe I don't think they use the word immortal, but it's the identity in the film. To me, has no identity, and that's a problem. When a film doesn't know its own identity, that's a problem. In the main character, which is Michael Myers, that's your film. That's your guy. Okay. That's what the movie Halloween is. And so when you don't even know who he is or what he is supposed to be, that to me is going to suffer from the very start. And it's been inconsistent throughout the franchise. At the end of Halloween H2O, he died. And then Resurrection, they made it, oh, they killed the wrong person. So yeah, I got a problem with that, and Jason as well, because it's like, if he's dead, can we leave it there? He should have died at the end of Halloween Ends, or Halloween Kills. He should have died at the end of that. He got stabbed in the back of the neck. He got beat with a baseball bat and knives and guns and whatever else. It's like, can we leave it there? Can we kill him?
All right, yeah, let's get right into these Halloween Kills questions, because that's gonna, and I'm gonna skip around a little bit because we just started talking about our issues with Halloween Kills, right? And that was a great point, Panda Girl Productions, that you brought up about Myers being immortal, and Bob, you were already talking about it, inconsistent, right? And I'm okay with them changing it up if they establish the rules for it in the beginning of the franchise or series of films, trilogy, whatever they're doing, and they keep with it. But like you said, very inconsistent, constantly changes, and even within this new trilogy itself, it's changed. Halloween 2018, I can believe, okay, this is a man, right? He is the boogeyman persona, he's the shape, but I don't think he's immortal yet. But by the time you get to Halloween Kills, by that ending scene, and that is my least favorite part of Halloween Kills, that hurts that movie so much for me. It's like, well, at that point, he's immortal. I don't know how anybody now could argue he's not immortal. I mean, does anybody out there think he's not immortal? I
I
mean, let
mean,
me know out there, but I mean, I don't know how it can be argued now.
what is her name? Laurie's daughter is Allison? No. Is
Allison
Allison
sounds right.
Allison the granddaughter, or no? Somebody in the chat might know, but Allison might be the granddaughter. I can't remember what the daughter's name is, but I think she stabs him in the back of the neck, and he's down on the ground, and he's getting hit with a baseball bat and rakes and sticks and poles and whatever else. And I think he gets shot a few times. And I know there's a magic hands here. Mike said he wears a bulletproof vest. Even if he does, he got stabbed in the back of the head or the neck. He gets stabbed a ton of times. It's like he's dead, And I understand, that's so ultimately horror is my favorite genre probably to watch overall, but it's horror also has the most plot holes in my opinion, because how often do we see people fall down when they're running, trip over their own feet, or why do we hit the guy in the head with the baseball bat, drop the bat right next to him, and then run away? Can't we just keep hitting him, or at least take the bat with us? So that's my biggest problem with Halloween Ends, or Kills, if we're talking about if we're talking about problems, is the ending. There is, how did he get in the house so quickly to kill her?
But
Nobody.
now he has super speed. Remember, he's a superhero now because he got super invulnerability. He has super speed, super strength. And that's what I agree with that. To me, that hurts the movie so much because it's like, okay, I like superhero movies, but if it's a horror movie, I don't want somebody to get superpowers. Like, we're in a horror movie. To me, what really makes Halloween great is when you have those Halloween movies where, Michael Myers, he rides the line of, okay, is he human? Does he have a little bit of supernatural ability to him? Is there something a little, But it never goes into full on like, oh yeah, for sure, 100%, no doubt in your mind, he's immortal, right? Like when the movies do that, that's my least favorite kind of Halloween movie is when, and horror movie in general, when you make the villain, the slasher, way overpowered, where it's like, okay, well, no one can ever defeat him. You lose all stakes, right? You don't have that gripping tale of, okay, we got the hero trying to defeat the slasher, right? And there's actually a chance they could, right? To me, that's when it becomes suspenseful and you actually get a good match. If it's like, okay, well, now I know Michael Myers is overpowered and can defeat anybody anytime. And so what's the threat? Like who's going to stop him? That's my issue with it.
One of your Anna asked you if she's seen H2O.
Oh, so yeah, Anna was at class yesterday, right? And I was watching it. So I actually watched it last night. So yeah, you never watched H2O. Yeah.
It's funny.
Anna hasn't seen a lot of them.
Isn't it funny how we my dad will sometimes be like, have I seen that one? Or I'll ask my buddy Chris, I'm like, did I see this one yet? Did we watch it together? It's funny how that goes because, sometimes like your friends know you've seen movies and you can't even remember. They're like, yeah, we saw it together. And it's like, oh, okay, so I did see that one.
Oh yeah, especially with how many movies we watch. It's like
Mhm.
it's so like if somebody asks me like, "Okay, hey, what movies did you see over the weekend?" But it's like by the end of the week, I'm like, "Wait, let me think about it. I know I went to the movie theater and I know I saw some movies, but I watched like 3 other movies since then, so I got to think back."
Yeah. And I know, shout out to Gus and Tony there in the chat. So appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, let's see if we because I know I skipped over a whole bunch of comments. Let me go back up here and see who we got here. We got Dominican Scott. What's up, dudes? Yeah, what's up, Dominican?
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
joining in. Yes, we already said Anna. We are talking about Halloween. Anna, you know this. You're going to see this movie this weekend with me. We're talking about Halloween here. All right. Let's see. Dominican Scott. Rob Zombie Halloween 2. I didn't care for at all. I agree. Yeah. Didn't care for that one. Yeah, that one's so bad. But we'll talk about it more on the ranking stream. All right, Craig, today is October 11th, 12th, Prime Day. Hey, Craig, thanks for mentioning that to everybody because I totally almost forgot about Amazon's Prime Day sales. And so today I started adding some items to the cart because there's some really good stuff like 50% off and whatnot. So after the stream, I think I'm going to check out with some of these movies in the cart. But yeah, Bob, did you pick up anything for a Prime Day? Are you looking at
No,
anything?
man, I participated in the Scream Factory sale, and Kino Lorber's got a sale going on, and I always go crazy over there. And I'm trying to move, so I need to stand. And I went crazy again today. I wasn't going to get the Godfathers, but I did. So it's hard. It's hard. I'll tell you what, man. Physical media, it's hard to keep up. They just announced Zavi. Speaking of, they canceled my order for Poltergeist. But speaking of Zavi, they announced Halloween, two different steelbooks for Halloween Ends. But no guarantee I'll get those. I could pre-order them day one, and they might cancel my order. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna order just the Best Buy Steelbook, whatever Best Buy comes up with. It's not gonna be as cool of a design, probably, but but still they're expensive. Steelbooks, no matter what, are expensive. I mean, at least 35 plus. So yeah, it's tough. Steelbooks are tough always.
Yeah.
I do want to pick up that new the last Scream movie Steelbook for Prime Day deal. That one I think got down to like 17 or 18 bucks, and I haven't picked it up yet. So I think I'm gonna add that one.
Yeah, Gus. They this is the second time Zavi's done it. They did it with Edge of Tomorrow, or Live Free Die, or live whatever, Live Die Repeat. But yeah, they did that. Zavi canceled that order on me too after I pre-ordered it. So this is the second time they've done that. And the reason I wanted to get the one from Zavi was because the Best Buy Steelbook sold out. So this is the second time. That's pathetic. If you're not going to have enough Steelbooks or shipment, don't accept so many pre-orders and then cancel people's orders. That's BS. Like, I will be contacting them because this is the second time. So yeah, just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing how these companies they haven't figured out like a pre-order system yet because like you'll pre-order titles sometimes and you won't even get them till like way later, even pre-ordering months and months in advance. It's like, what's going on here? Why am I getting this now a month after the release? And some people that order right after it gets released get it quicker than the pre-orders. Like what? What's going on?
I know a lot of people haven't even gotten their Lost Boys yet.
Oh my goodness.
That's 3 weeks now, 4 weeks going on soon. So some of these companies, man, that's why I love Kino Lorber. They could run the biggest sales in the world and they ship your stuff like a day or two, like the next day. And it does not matter how big they are. They also have a telephone number you can reach them by and they actually answer. So yeah, Kino Lorber is growing on me as one of the best labels out there for customer service reasons and everything. Sales. Nobody could beat their sales. Do you have a
Yeah,
jump in sales?
I did not jump on the Kino stuff just because I did the Shocktober stuff, and I was totally mad with the Shocktober stuff because I totally forgot you could get like a free Shocktober shirt with over $100, right?
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about it. I didn't even notice that, and I spent like $80.
Oh,
I was like $20 short, and then I'm like, oh, it's already over. Never
well,
mind. Can't go
the
back.
Kino sale is still going on, so you could get that. You could jump on the Kino Shocktober sale. And they started it first. They said Shocktober, and then Scream Factory, like 2 days later, like copied Kino Lorber. So, yeah, Scream Factory is not my favorite label at the moment.
Yeah, Scream Factory customer service wise, just yeah, they're not great.
The Kino Lorber knows Gus by name. That's awesome.
There we go. Yes.
Gus is like, can I get a free movie of whatever the next 4K coming out, please? They're like, I got you, Gus.
And I will say, Amazon has decent customer service, just depending on when you call. Usually, I can get a hold of a Amazon person. It's just they have issues with shipping. Like half my stuff comes in damaged. Like if I get a Kino Lorber title from Amazon, I don't know what it is, but good chance it's probably going to be damaged.
Tony got 2 of his 3 Godfathers came damaged. Steelbooks.
Yeah, it's
from Amazon. And it's unfortunate because where he lives, his states, they don't have they don't have a bunch of Best Buys, so he's got to go through Amazon. So I feel terrible. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know how they can't get their act together. It's just like, okay, ship it in a box, get the
Big
the
big
plastic
company, man.
wrapping with it.
Big company. It's lazy. It's easier to put it in a bubble mailer. They got
Envelope. Here you go.
around. Here you go. Ship it out. Bada bing, bada boom. You know how much more money it would cost them to do bubble wrap? It would cost them not that much more, but if they did it, they would actually save money on replacements in the long run.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. All right, let's see. Oh, Basement Blues. What we got? I'll keep buying them until they come perfect.
Yeah, as he should. Yeah, absolutely. Replacement. Okay, I'll just purchase more. Here you go. Here's your damaged copies. And make sure you sell those digital copies too and then give them back, Tony.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a look at what question. Okay, so we were talking about Halloween Kills. So we had issues with now Michael Myers being immortal. That last scene,
Whatever he is. Yeah.
outrageous. Bob, you've seen the extended cut, right? Have you seen the extended cut of Halloween
I
Kills with
haven't.
a different scene?
No, I haven't watched I actually just bought the Steelbook like a couple weeks ago or a month ago because when it came out in January of last year or January of this year, I missed it because it didn't even make it in stores on shelf. But as far as complaints, the dialogue too, this one had some awful dialogue. The whole hospital, every time they were in the hospital, that's awful. Jamie Lee Curtis's dialogue with the cop was terrible. Like there was just shoved in stuff that didn't make any sense. The character decision making was really stupid. I gave Halloween Kills a 2.5, and I feel like I was being generous. We'll see how I feel upon a rewatch, which will probably be in a few days. But so I guess on that Steelbook, I'm hoping there's an extended cut. You're telling me?
Yeah, the 4K should have an extended cut, but doesn't really make the movie better. It's a short, quick scene that they already used in the trailer anyway, but they just put it at the end. I mean, yeah, it's not that great. It doesn't really make anything better. But yeah. Halloween Kills. I do really like Halloween Kills though, so I will get to some positives right now, but I will agree with the evil dies the night. That stuff definitely a very weak part of the movie. It just got so silly too. But I will say I do like what they were the premise of what they were trying to do with it more so than the execution. The execution turned out terrible. Turned out super goofy, just way drawn out, ridiculous. But I like the idea of the mob mentality, that being the true curse of Michael Myers, because then they get a name drop that title. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And if they could have done it in a better way, which I don't know how I would have done it, but I like that idea of the mob mentality, the true curse of Michael Myers. It just wasn't executed well. Once again, like you said, the dialogue, the evil dies tonight so many times, just ridiculous. Bob, do you think if
If I
they
never heard that a day in my life again for the rest of my life, I'd die peacefully.
but do you think if do you like the initial idea of doing a mob and mob mentality if it was executed better, or would you just have completely left that out?
I honestly like the mob mentality in Halloween 4 better than I did in this one. I thought it was pretty cool the way they go to the school and just load up with shotguns and all that stuff. I thought that was done pretty well. Um, it could have been done better. I don't mind the mob mentality idea. But they're stupid. Like, these characters are stupid. The dialogue, the writing's so terrible. Like, he's just like, yeah, let's go out there, and then he just like they just go to a random car, like, and they're chasing down this guy that, like, how stupid can you be? He's not Michael Myers. Are you dumb? Like, there's just some issues in the way they pick up, like, at the bar, and they're just like, yeah, they're still living on Michael Myers, and it's like he killed four people or something in the original. I don't know. I mean, I think these ones actually, how I've heard this saying, when you watch a new movie, some people say, like, don't shit on the original or something like that, or they're going to ruin the original for me. And then I've heard the saying, people will say, if you don't like the new one, then you should appreciate the original even more. In my opinion, I think this is actually taking everything that was good about the first one, it's making it bad, because this is a straight sequel to it. They're trying to be like the original. I think they are really, like, legit shitting on the original.
Oh wow.
I'm
Yeah,
really curious to hear. I want to hear the chat. Let us know. I know Anna's in here, Gus is in here, Tony, Anna. We've got Panda. I want to see the chat and a couple other people. I want to see if you guys were fans of Halloween and Halloween Kills. I want to know your thoughts on it. Were you big fans? Did you think it was okay? Did you hate it? I'm very curious to hear, because I know nobody's kind of chimed in on their thoughts yet.
oh yeah, definitely. Definitely share your thoughts down below because yeah, I want to see where everybody kind of, would rate this one because I actually like the movie quite a bit overall, even though I still have major issues with it. Like you were mentioning, Bob, with Laurie Strode, right? Just being in the hospital with the conversations. I just don't like how Laurie Strode got sidelined the entire movie. I mean, she wasn't even really a part of the movie too much. And to me, that was a big issue with it. Now, I don't know how else they could have done it because it does make sense. Yeah, after that fight with Michael Myers, she would be in the hospital. But then what would they do with that? Would they have waited just some time afterwards and then
I
go back?
think
How would you have approached it, Bob?
I think that's why you're seeing a 4-year time jump, a 4-year later, whatever, which is really stupid to me with the new one. Like, how are they going to pull that off? What, Michael just went into hiding for 4 years? Laurie gave up, like, looking? I mean, I'm really curious to see how they're going to play the 4-year time jump when these movies took place in the course of like 2 nights, and now they're just going to skip to 4 years later. I don't know, but I've heard this one is going to disappoint people, and it's like, as if I already wasn't disappointed enough.
Definitely. We'll definitely get the Halloween ends in a little bit. We'll just kind of finish up Halloween kills right here. So we talked about a lot of negatives with Halloween kills. I know, Bob, you're not a big fan of that one. Now, I like the movie overall. Reason why I like it so much is because I do think they get the Michael Myers character right in terms of just being, brutal with all the brutal kills. And we were lacking the on-screen kills in the first one. So we got a ton of kills and Halloween kills. So I'm glad they fixed that, and I think that was a great improvement. Did you like that, Bob? How this one just became super brutal, tons of on-screen kills? Would you say that's a positive about this one at
Yeah,
all?
they might have heard my complaints, and other people. It blew my mind when people said this was the bloodiest movie. It was so gory. And in 2018, I was like, what are you watching? Have you guys seen other horror movies out there? Like, there was Count the Kills. There was more off screen than on screen. So yes, that was a welcome delight. But I don't know, I guess as I've gotten older, because when I was a kid, 10 years old, and people are going to be like, what is wrong with this guy? They might already be thinking that. That's fine. But when I was like 11 or 12, I was into watching just gore, right? I didn't understand story very much. I just wanted to see people get their heads cut off and slashers killing people, right? I thought that was really cool. And I know I have friends, old ass grown men, who still enjoy a high kill count. As I've gotten older, I enjoy more story, and I like to watch characters fight back and have good character development and have somebody to root for. And so while I enjoy gore still, I enjoy that stuff, and I thought it was really welcomed, and I enjoyed it. It was just there to be there. It almost reminded me of Rob Zombie, where it's just like, hey, we're just going to throw a bunch of gore at you. And it's like, just have it make sense. I want gore, don't get me wrong, and I'm happy with that in Halloween Kills. Just have it make sense, and the story tainted all of that, if that makes sense. The story and the writing and stuff was just like, it just didn't make the gore as enjoyable as it should have been. But I thought there were some great kills, 100%, absolutely. The car scene was pretty cool. The characters are stupid in that scene too, but that scene's really cool. And there's a lot of other deaths. Big John, Little John, they're stupid too, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I feel like the story did take more of a backseat in this one to the over the top gore and kills. So I wish they could have combined a better story, which I think Halloween 2018 had the better story, but combine it with the gore, the kills, the on screen stuff, right? And if they could have done that all in one movie, I think that could have worked a lot better. But it's like, okay, this movie was missing that. Now this movie's missing that. So yeah, that's
You love the Death Rattle, Evil Died the Night Halloween Kills was released, and Anna said you shut that shit down real quick when you said she wanted to go see it in streaming, and you said no.
oh yes, yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, Anna's funny. Anna's gonna hate me by the end of tonight. I apologize ahead of time, Anna. Everybody's gonna hate me because I'm just ripping on Michael Myers. I'm probably gonna make Magic Hands cry. But I've got my tickets 5 p.m. on Thursday night. And yeah, because I'm doing a watch along on somebody else's channel. So I'm like, I got to go see it at 5 o'clock, and then I'm going to end up doing the watch along afterwards. So we'll see how I feel. I'll be one of the first to see it probably at 5 p.m. So we'll see. I think I'm seeing it in Dolby.
Oh, that's gonna be nice. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to a premium screen for this one, but I think it's gonna be on IMAX screens as well. That would have been cool, but
I'm just so anxious to see how badly this is going to suck. Like how much they're going to upset people. I have friends that are like so biased though, and I'm just like, I get it. Film is subjective, right? It wouldn't be fun if we all agreed, but there's some things I'm like, are you blind? I'm like, did you not like? You really enjoy the dialogue, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of flaws. When I was a kid, I would have thought Halloween Kills was awesome. I would have thought it was awesome, but as I've gotten older, I understand dialogue. I understand writing, camera angles, shots, things like that, story, character development. And I'm like, I can't look past that at 31 years old now.
yeah, definitely. And even though I really like the movies and definitely really enjoy them, I have agreed with all the flaws so far. I agree. Those are the same flaws I noticed as well, which does bring, the movies down for me because I think these movies could have been like outstanding, like just amazing. Some of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, it does get brought down because of those flaws, unfortunately. But I mean, there was a lot of good things there, and
They'll never stop them. But who?
uh,
I know Anne is not a horror fan. I already know that. Is she big into musicals?
actually, I'm probably more into musicals than Anna, actually, but that's just because I'm into everything. I watch everything. But we did see Lyle Crocodile last weekend, which is actually a really good movie that I can highly recommend to everybody. But that was a good musical.
I like Anna and the Apocalypse. Have you ever seen that? Tell Anna to
No.
watch that one. Anna, and it's actually Anna, but Anna and the Apocalypse. I am formally requesting that Anna sees Anna and the Apocalypse. She says she loves musicals. Listen, it's a Christmas zombie musical. It's a must watch in December, Anna. Must watch, Anna. I demand you watch it.
All right. Before we get into the Halloween Ends talk, I know we were mentioning a little bit about it, but let's catch up on any of these comments here because I know I skipped over quite a few. So let's see if we got anybody else in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, Magic Hands said you guys are gonna love Halloween Ends. Hey, Magic Hands, he's guaranteeing it right there. So
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
is gonna give out candy to the kids at the end. Could you imagine? He becomes a hero. What if he becomes, the new hero?
There,
He comes with a Laurie Strode.
I've heard that they're gonna have like an extra Michael or some crap like that. There's so many rumors floating around. One of your questions later on, I haven't even watched the second trailer, so I can't touch on that because I actually like to avoid trailers now, Mike.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of times I will try to avoid trailers when I can. Now I will say because I think that's that's the next question anyway. So the Halloween Ends trailer. I'm not gonna say too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you, Bob, if you haven't seen the trailer.
No, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any details there, but overall, actually, I don't think the trailer gave anything away though. So if you do end up,
did you feel that way about Halloween Kills?
Oh, I'm trying to remember that trailer.
They showed Michael like stabbing the granddaughter and like them demasking.
Oh yeah, they gave way too much away.
Yeah, even Scream 5 did the same thing. I'm done with trailers, man.
Yeah. Halloween Kills trailer did give a lot away. I'm
Magic
hoping
fans think I hate Michael Myers. Problem is, I really like Michael Myers. Probably top 5 slasher. Okay, he's not my favorite, but I really like Michael Myers. He might be top 3 for me. I'm a big Michael Myers fan. I love The Mask. I love H2O. It's one of my favorite films. But this new trilogy is not good. Like it, in my opinion. And I'm so glad so many people enjoy it. I don't think so though. Mike, what do you want for dinner, buddy?
Oh, is that what Anna said? Really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
come
don't
on.
know. Whatever you want.
Let us know on the live stream. Here, I'll help you out. Like, Anna, what's on the menu? Steak? Ribs? Do you like ribs?
Oh
Chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken?
I mean, any meat is good with me.
All right. Pork roast, au gratin potatoes, some applesauce, maybe some croissants. That'll be good. I'll be right over, Anna. Make room for 3.
Yeah, Anna will always ask me about dinner, and I always give her the same response. I'm like, you pick, you choose whatever you want because that is the right answer. Even if I give my answer though, like I give a true answer of like, oh, this is what I really want. Amazing Anna just ends up picking anyway. So like I learned, I'm like, you pick. I'll be cool with it.
Well, it's better than when you ask a woman and then she says, you pick, and you go and pick, and she's like, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, amazing Anna will do that. That's why I learned. I'm like, if I don't guess right, it's not good. There's no win scenario, no matter what. It's like, unless you guess right, then you're okay. But if you don't guess right, then yeah, it's just you're back to square one again. So that's why I don't even worry about it. Who else we got here? Let's see. Anna, laugh out loud. Oh. All right, let's see. At this point, $4.99 sounds a lot better than spending more for a disappointing conclusion. Yep. Let's see. Care less for Halloween movies. Mega Mike is the horror guy. Yep, definitely the horror person. Oh yeah, because Anna was going to she got so terrified when I took her to Smile, which Smile is a pretty good movie.
I saw your review of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gave it a thumbs up too.
Yeah.
She had to close her eyes at a lot of scenes. So yeah, I saw that. I watch yours and Brian Goes Blue out of theater reactions all the time.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's see. Get ready for what? I don't think that's a spoiler. I don't even know who Corey is. Is
I
Corey a
don't.
character?
I don't. I read that comment. I don't know who that is
Yeah,
either.
I don't know who that is.
But no spoilers. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
no spoilers, please.
Because I know some people already know what's going to happen, and that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I just,
I don't know who Corey is
from
either.
what the trailer is, but I don't think there was a Corey
Corey
in the
Haim.
trailer.
Corey Haim passed away, so I don't know. Yeah, he could get Magic Mike and stick it up his own mic. How about that? His name's Mike. He wants Magic. He needs to get that.
No,
Magic Mike tells me to watch it.
yeah. Mhm. All right, let's see. Favorite Halloween. Oh, that's a good one. Favorite Halloween candy or snack? Oh, I haven't thought about this. Probably like I'm gonna go like high end with like C's, like chocolate peanut brittle or something. Even though, yeah.
I
What do
don't
you
like
think?
peanuts. You know what I haven't had in ages is a Take 5 candy bar.
Oh, those are so good. Oh my goodness.
Ages. Oh geez. You know, I used to like Airheads and like all the like Starbursts and Skittles, but man, they're so chewy and like as you get older, you're just like, oh, I can't take these anymore. But yeah, no, don't get me started, Craig. You got me started on candy. I used to be a candy hound. I don't want to go back to those days.
Yeah, I don't eat too much candy either now. Like it's very rare, and if I do, it's like a lot of sugar-free stuff and whatnot. So try to be better on my diet these days. All right, let's see. So let's talk about some Halloween ends here. I know I mentioned, yeah, we didn't get into details here.
You
Oh,
said you I think we touched on the complaints a little bit.
yeah, we talked about complaints for Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills. We talked about some things I liked in them. Like I said, overall, Halloween Kills. I enjoy Michael Myers for the most part of it until the ending scene. Then that definitely hurts it. But they had some cool ideas in there, like the Sting operation where they, take Michael Myers' mask. I like that scene.
Oh, people hated that because you never demask Michael Myers.
So
A lot of people don't like that.
So I like that because I thought it was something different, but I didn't like how they showed too much of his human face. If they kept it in the shadows, then I would have been more fine with it. But I like that initial part of the sting of it.
You know what? I gotta say something about these 40-year later time jumps. I Spit on Your Grave did it, and recently the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Michael Myers like in his late 60s according to the time frame, right? The timetable and stuff. And so my issue, that's another issue with these 40-year time jumps. Cool idea, I get it, straight to straight sequel, whatever. But it's like you got this guy who's almost 70 years old, and now we're doing a 4-year time jump. So he's now 4 years older. He's probably in his 70s at this point. This guy's still going ham at 70 years old.
Well, yeah, he's a superhero now. He has
Yeah.
superpowers, super speed, super strength, and immortal.
Hell, how are you?
Oh yes, Dell in the house. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, Dell. Yes, definitely watch the replay if you can.
If you
But
guys
yeah,
aren't following Dell already or subscribed, go subscribe to Dell. Dell is my guy. I love his channel, puts out great content.
oh yeah, definitely. Uh, but yeah, I would say with the age difference, that's what makes it even. And I'm okay with them going older, Michael Myers, as long as the power level makes sense for it. But once again, we already talked about the inconsistencies here. Like, okay, you got an older Michael Myers, but then once again, you make him immortal, and then it's just like, okay, what's
Yeah.
going on here? It's just and that is an issue. Well, we're already getting the Halloween ends here. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much about the trailers. Besides, well, I mean, you're going to get a throwdown right eventually with Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. But once again, that age difference, it's like, okay, now how is Laurie Strode fighting back against Michael Myers now that he is basically immortal? I mean, like she's an older lady herself, and like I know she's very tactical. She has a lot of skills. I get it. She's been preparing, but we just had this immortal person take on this entire mob, wipe them out with not too much problem. But now you're gonna have us try to believe there's gonna be a showdown between him and Laurie Strode. Like That is
you're gonna
wild.
get it. It's inevitable. It's Halloween. I mean, they can't not have that happen. They want to go big or go home, have some massive conclusion, right? Or whatever. Final showdown, like you said.
Yeah, it's which I'm excited to see a final showdown. I mean, that's what I like so much about Halloween H2O. But in that one, I believe it, right? I believe because I feel like the power sets, right? I'm talking power sets now, like they're superheroes, but that's basically what they made Michael Myers overpowered. But H2O, it feels more realistic. Like now, I feel like Halloween Ends. It's like, how do you make this a fair fight now? I don't know. It's odd to me. And so let's, I guess, just talk about our what gets us most worried or excited for Halloween Ends now. So I'm most excited because I do want that showdown, even though to me it doesn't make sense with the power abilities. But I mean, let's say if I erase the ending of Halloween Kills, I am excited for another showdown between Laurie and Michael because that was my favorite part of Halloween H2O. I thought that was epic. So if they can do something like that and make it a really cool fighting sequence, I'm all for that. Um, Now I'm still worried about this movie, like you mentioned, Bob, the 4-year time jump. Like, what has he been doing this whole time? Like, just hanging out, reading a good book or something? Like, what's going on here? It's so weird. Like, and I'm okay with them doing it later, but 4 years is a ridiculously long amount of time. That to me is
It
really
really
odd.
is. Imagine how many steel books we could buy in 4 years.
Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe that's what Michael Myers is
He
doing. He's
might
like
have
he
been
became a
collecting the steel
collector or
books.
something.
Yep, became a steel book collector, Michael Myers, in the 4 years.
Maybe that was the whole thing. Really, he was just going to people's different houses to get, physical media. Maybe back at his house, he had this whole stash of physical media. He finally got it. He's like, yes, I had to take out everybody, this entire mob, to get my physical media back. But now he has it and he's happy.
Mhm.
Until
Sounds like
one day,
sounds
somebody
like
takes
something
one of
I
his
would do.
exclusives.
Sounds like something I would do. Kill everybody for physical media. I didn't say that live, did I?
All right. So I'm still excited for Halloween Ends because I want that showdown, but I'm worried with the time gap. I'm worried with the overpowered Michael Myers now. Uh, I don't know. I'm worried about this one, Bob. What gets you excited? What gets you worried about Halloween Ends?
It ending. No, I'm not joking. Like, I'm
Oh, I
really,
know you're not. That's
yeah, I'm excited to see this end. I'm excited to see how it ends. Uh, but we'll get more. But I know Blumhouse contract with like the Halloween franchise is up in 2023, I believe, or whatever, and they've really only had a trilogy planned. So my hope is that this this does end it, this version of it, and then maybe we'll get another Halloween remake down the line. They'll never stop because there's always money talks, and there's always money attached to Michael Myers. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the granddaughter. I like her as an actress. I think she's actually really good. I don't know I don't even want to try to pronounce her last name. I can't remember her first or last name. I think it's Ellie or something. I could be wrong. No, but anyways, I like the granddaughter. I think she's good. I actually want to see her in some other stuff. There's something else she's been in I want to check out. But I like her. I want to see how I am excited to see how they fast forward a 4-year time jump. Um, I'm excited to hear everybody's thoughts. I want to see if people actually enjoy it. I want to see it end. I want to see how it ends. Um, it's just under 2 hours. It's about an hour 50 minutes. So yeah, I'm getting excited. I don't know. When I was a kid, like I said, I'd be so excited. I remember when Scream 3 was coming out, I was calling my dad and I was like, "Oh my God, Dad, Scream 3 TV spots." And I couldn't wait, right? And him and I were so excited. Um, it's aged too. I don't quite get that same excitement. But I do for some movies. Scream 6, when that is coming out, I will be very excited, let me tell you. That is my favorite horror franchise ever. But So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm not. I know it's gonna be. I have very low expectations.
And so, what gets you the most worried about it? Is it the 4-year jump with it? Is that what you're most worried about, or just how's it gonna pick
No,
up after kills?
no, how much it's gonna suck. One of my worries. How poorly Danny McBride can write this one. Uh, I don't know. I don't really care if Lori dies, to be honest with you. I don't. I know some people do. She already died. Like that's why the Halloween franchise. That's why I love Scream so much. There's no inconsistencies really. Um, it's different killer. They actually die when they get shot in the head. Sydney's never died and come back to life. Like this is like Lori's like third or fourth rodeo. Like she's died, come back. Like I know it's this is a direct sequel to the original, but it's just like I don't care if Lori dies, she dies. I hear that they both might die together. One of my worries though is if they decide to add more Michael Myers, like I've been hearing, or like a somebody a wannabe or something. That's yeah. That don't do
Yeah, that's
don't
trying
do
to copycat a Scream right
it.
there, right?
I can see them doing it though because of what they did with Halloween 2018 and the Doctor. Like I could see them, and then Halloween Evil Dies Tonight. Like they're gonna find a way. There's so one distinct thing that sucks about each one so far. They will find a way to make one of the third one suck too.
Yeah,
Something.
and I wasn't even thinking that the multiple Michael Myers, but
Have you heard
now that
about
you
that
mention it,
rumor?
no, I haven't heard
Oh
anything
yeah,
about that.
I've been
Oh,
hearing all about it. I do want to apologize to anybody in the chat that loves the new Halloween trilogy. I told Mike going on to this, I was like, dude, I'm not big into the new trilogy, so like I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. But sometimes you need an asshole like me to play devil's advocate. And what fun would it be if we just sat here and agreed the whole time and said this is the best franchise ever? It wouldn't be very fun. So I don't hate them. You'll see that they're not in the lower. They're not the worst ones in the franchise. I just think they could be way better. I'm not a big Danny McBride fan, so when they put his name on the writers' room, I wasn't into it. These guys don't have experience with horror at all, Danny McBride or David Gordon Green, really. So I think with better writer and better director, this film could have been really good.
yeah, because more comedic writing, right? From them.
Yeah, well, David Gordon Green's done some of those like raunchy comedies. He did Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal, which was a true story about the Boston Marathon bombing. He directed that, I believe. But David Gordon Green has like no experience writing scripts. So this was like his first shot at it. And it's clearly just not for him. Comedy's not for him. Acting's not for him. Like there's nothing that he should be doing in Hollywood at all. Are
All
you
right.
a big Danny McBride fan?
No,
No.
no. I
Okay,
mean,
maybe
I'm trying to think.
you're my best friend
I
now.
don't think I've seen too much from him actually. He did Arizona, right? Is he the
Yeah,
one that did
yeah.
Arizona?
I didn't see it because I just refused to watch pretty much anything with him in it.
Yeah, I have Arizona. It's okay. Nothing special to me. Not terrible. It's a dark comedy.
He was in Pineapple Express and some other stuff too.
Yeah. So, but, oh my goodness, could you imagine if they
Are
do
what are
multiple
you
Michael Myers?
what are you is that something you're worried about too then?
Yeah. Now I'm worried about that because I wasn't even thinking that way, but it makes sense because Scream has been very successful. Not just box office wise, but I think a lot of the community will consider that one of the most consistent quality franchises. So last Scream was very successful. People liked it. So they know a lot of people didn't like Halloween Kills. So why not borrow from Scream with the copycat killers, which they shouldn't do. But I could see somebody thinking that, like, oh, well, hey, let's do this with that because let's build off the success of.
Well, if you do something along the lines of another Michael Myers, I think what you get into is Halloween H2O territory with two Michaels standing face to face and like Busta Rhymes being like, "Who the hell are you? Get out of here. I'm the real Michael." Like that And then Michael just like walks away. I don't hate Resurrection, but that is like something really stupid about the movie. As a kid, I thought it was funny. When I rewatch Halloween Resurrection, I'm probably going to think to myself, are you serious? This was real writing. Like, but you know, it's so different. Like, I don't know if you feel that way when you watch a movie as a kid versus now you're like, okay, I see the flaws I didn't see as a kid.
Yeah, I'll notice more things now. Now, usually I don't have it where a movie will change too drastically, where it's like, okay, I love the movie when I was a kid, now I hate it, but it will go down a little bit or might go up a little bit. So it's usually around the same area, but it will, increase or decrease. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah.
Because these are the kinds of movies I probably would have loved. Because when I was a kid at 8, 9, 10, the only thing I enjoyed watching was the only thing I understood was like blood, gore, guts, and heads getting cut off. Like I didn't really understand anything else at that age.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, Halloween ends. I'm worried with it. I'm worried,
How
especially
many times did they say evil dies tonight? Can you count that the next time you watch Halloween Kills?
I watched it the other day actually, but I did not count it. And I try to tune that part out now. So like that part I just like completely tune out.
How many times have you seen it? Was that your third time seeing it?
Cuz I saw it in actually I told you I like the movie, so I did see it in theaters twice.
Okay.
And I did with the 4K, picked it up right when it came out. So I got the steelbooks. I watched it then and then just right again recently with the extended cut. So now four times.
4 times? Gotcha.
4 times.
I saw Scream 5 times in theaters. The newest
Oh wow.
The newest one. And each time I saw it, I was like, oh boy, I'm finding some flaws. And I was like,
oh yeah. And that's what it is with like the Halloween movies now. Like when I do rewatch something, I will catch more. So Halloween Kills has gone down for me slightly because when I first saw it in theaters, it was really high up for me. Like I was saying, oh my goodness, this is amazing. But now rewatching it so many times, even though I still like it overall, it has gone down for me just because the flaws are so apparent with it, and you can just like it's just sticking out more like a sore thumb now. Because like you said, every time you hear evil dies tonight so many times, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but I'm still excited for Halloween Ends, but I am worried just because I know from things like I've said, like the trailers and stuff like that, I don't feel like an excitement for this movie. Like I don't know, like I felt for Halloween 2018, there was a big excitement about it. Even with Halloween Kills, I thought there was some excitement, but this one, I'm not feeling the excitement out there as much.
No.
And
I
it's
mean,
probably because of Halloween Kills and how that worked out, that this one, it just doesn't seem to have that hype level yet. So I'm worried about that. I'm so cautious on this one because I don't want to get hyped up for it and then be let down by it because, especially with Halloween, because I love Halloween so much. I really like this franchise. This is my favorite horror franchise of all time. Even though it has a lot of low lows in it, it still has some pretty high highs. So,
yeah. Hey, evil kangaroo.
Yes, we got Evil Kangaroo in here. Yes, no worries, Evil Kangaroo. Thank you for joining in. I don't know how much likes are we at right now. I don't think we got the 20 likes yet, did we?
I'll try and figure it out. Hold on.
Yeah. If anybody out there wants to keep track of the 20 likes, I do got my Halloween Michael Myers mask here I can put on for the rest of the stream. So if anybody can let me know out there if we got the 20 likes.
No, we're at 15.
We're at 15. Oh, we are so close, everybody. 5 more likes. 5 more likes, and then you get Mega Mike the Myers man.
So. Go share this and go Magic Hands, create some extra accounts and go spam the like button.
Yes, definitely share out as much as you can. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see.
I got another account. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna get you in that.
All right. So Magic Hand says, yeah, Michael takes the big blue pill that makes him younger. Okay, yeah. I mean, we got to explain it some way. Death Rattle says, I wonder how they will kill Michael Myers in Halloween Ends. Once again, yeah, that's my issue with it. he's already immortal now. And I think that's where I lose my excitement. It's like they can have a great fight sequence and a great ending and all of that, but I'm still now going to think back to those moments in Halloween Kills where, wait, how did Laurie Strode even, like, let's say Laurie Strode wins, defeats Michael Myers? Well, how did she do that? It makes no sense in connection with Halloween Kills. Does she become super powered now? Is that the explanation? So that's why I'm worried, because every way I think of it, of how it could end, there's going to be those inconsistencies in there that we've talked about. No matter which way it goes, whether Laurie wins, Michael Myers wins, they both lose, they both go their separate ways, whatever it is, the connection, it's not there for me. There's too many inconsistencies, so that's what's worrying me. So I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a problem I have with it. I think that's, like I was saying in general about horror, unfortunately, is there's a lot of plot holes. But that's, at the end of the day, if we kill the killer like we can 10 minutes into the movie when these characters have opportunities, there's no movie. And not only that, if the killer doesn't kill the characters right away, well, then there's no movie. And how often do we see it where they, like, you know, that they leave the girl alive or something, or they take her and capture her? It's like, you know, well, I don't know, you know, then there's no movies. So what do you call it? Plot armor or whatever.
Yes. But I liked how you mentioned Scream, how they have that one timeline, which is really cool about the Scream franchise. Whereas you look at Halloween now, there's so many different timelines. It's like you can kind of choose your own adventure. Like, which ones do you want in your timeline of movie? You know, like which ones are you following? Which, I mean, it's, you know, it's cool in a way, but then it's also like less stakes overall. So. All right, let's see. Anna says, okay, 14 likes. We got some more likes there. All right, Craig says, something fun for Halloween in Los Angeles is Not Scary Farm, Universal, sometimes Disneyland. Yeah, those are all awesome theme parks. Bob, have you been to any of those out there in California?
No, yeah, actually, I've been to Universal. I think I did the Jaws ride back in who knows how many, 20 years ago or longer. So, but I never did, like, I heard they have Backdraft and other cool rides at Universal Studios. I've only done Jaws, I believe, and that I don't think any of those rides are around anymore.
Yeah, they always change their rides up just because they have a limited area, so they just reskin new rides. Like they used to have an ET ride, they used to have a Back to the Future ride. So they're always changing things up. But Universal's really fun, and their horror nights is really good because they have all the makeup and costumes with the Universal movies. So like they have some top quality like haunted houses, I guess you could call them. Yeah. All right. Okay, so yes, we're getting through these questions here. Well, I guess we'll just kind of mention our level of excitement here for this movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, for me, I wish I was higher up on this one, but I'm probably going to go with, because I'm still excited to see it, cautiously excited. I might go with like, do I want to say 7? Maybe 7. I ain't going higher than 7. Just because I love this franchise so much.
That seems pretty high. It seems like you're pretty excited.
I love this franchise. I do, but I'm worried. I'm worried everything with it, the plot, the writing, inconsistencies. I'm just So Bob, how are you feeling on your excitement? I know you're not super excited for it, but you got your ticket already. You're going to see it. If you had to rank your level of excitement 1 to 10, what would you say right now?
Honestly, I could care less about it. I'm probably at like 3, 2 or 3. I just like, it's just, maybe a 4 just because I want to see how it ends. It's a trilogy, but I don't have, as far as hopes go, I don't have any hopes at all. Really, after just being kind of, and I didn't hate the first one, 2018, but I feel like after being let down by 2018 and then let down by Halloween Kills 2021, I just think this one's going to be a letdown too. And it's the flaws that have ruined both of them for me. Halloween 2018 could have been great if they don't mess with the doctor as a character, and they don't remove the sister brother storyline. But doing that, I feel like it just, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man, these 40-year later, straight to sequels, straight to, sequel follow up. I just don't think they're working. I think they need to stop this idea of doing that.
Yeah, I really did not like that new Texas Chainsaw movie. I thought that was awful. I couldn't hang with that one. Yeah. That one was tough. But of course, we got a question from Anna here, and we already know the answers. Bob, I know you're a Scream fan, so you're gonna choose the Scream franchise by
Scream's my
far.
favorite horror movie of all time, and Scream or American Pie are my favorite franchise of all time. I also like Fast and Furious too as well. So before they started to go off the rails. So, but as far as that question, it's Scream every day, all day. And it's really not close, and it's not even the first one. I like Scream better. I like the sequels better. I like the characters better. I think Sydney's a better final girl. Like it's Scream all day, every day.
Yeah, and I do love the American Pie movies, and I know we're gonna talk about those once we get to our raunchy stream later on. So everybody out there, make sure you subscribe to Bob so you can get notified of that raunchy stream because that's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be highly inappropriate. Yes.
Yes, it's gonna get wild.
NC
But
seven.
yeah, for me, I'm definitely gonna go Halloween. Halloween's just always been my favorite horror franchise. I actually wasn't a massive horror fan. Like when I was younger, like horror movies would really scare me. Actually, like even Halloween H2O, I couldn't watch it. Like I'd be too terrified of it. Like Michael Myers just scared me. Yeah. But then rewatching it when I got a little bit older, watching the original Halloween, um, I fell in love with the franchise. So that got me more into horror movies. So because of that, I have to, go with Halloween. But the last Scream movie was amazing. So I'm excited for Scream 6. I'm probably more excited for Scream 6 than Ends right now, just because you had so many good Scream movies. So they don't have as many inconsistencies there. So, but I still prefer Halloween if I have to pick one.
Checking to see if you're updated yet. Let me see here if we're at 20. I don't think so. Let's see here. Still at 16 likes. So you guys got to smash that like button to see him put this mask on. You might have to at the end of the video.
I know.
They let you down. They let you down.
I know. I knew 20 was going to be a lot. I knew 20 was going to be a good amount,
There's
but we're
11
almost there.
people in here right now. Did all 11 hit that like button is the question. Because if you haven't yet, Anna, hit that like button. Magic Hands, Craig.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely.
Yes. Support Mike.
Yes, please. Likes, definitely. Anna says serial killers or monsters. So for movies, I will go slashers. Slasher movies for sure, but I do like monster movies as well. You, Bob?
Slashers. It's easily my favorite subgenre when it comes to horror. But I grew up with it, so that was the first thing I grew up with.
Yeah, that's me too. Definitely. Godzilla should have a chainsaw and King Kong an axe. A chainsaw is going to do more damage though than an axe for sure. I would think. You need a really big chainsaw though.
Anna says, "Sorry, I was ahead of the gun here."
No worries. Was it this one?
What would be your first date movie to go to? Like, are we talking? If we could go back in time?
That's a good question. Anna, is it going back in time?
Is this horror movies or is this? Because if I'm taking somebody on a date, it might be Untamed Heart with Christian Slater and Marissa Tomei. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
I might take somebody on a date to go see that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. That's a great romantic movie. I guess The Notebook. I don't know. So
yeah, me and
My Bloody Valentine would be a fun one on Valentine's Day. If she's into slashers, then My Bloody Valentine, that would be great. Or Valentine. What about you?
Oh, well, me and Amazing Anna had an interesting one for our first date. We saw Chappie, so that was our movie. That's our movie. So Chappie is our movie now.
You know, it's interesting the way I hear people say, like, I met my wife. This was the first like movie we saw together, and so it always holds a special place in their heart. I wonder how people would feel if they saw a really shitty movie with their like someday wife one day, and they would still be like, it holds a special place in my heart, but it's a turd. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I wonder how they would feel if they'd be like, you know what, it's bad, but I like it because of this reason.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't love Chappie, but I actually really liked the movie when I saw it, but it does get a little boost because it's like our movie, I guess. So
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, she said horror edition,
Horror
so I'm gonna go
edition.
My Bloody Valentine then because it's a Valentine's Day movie and a good slasher and it's pretty clean, it's fun. I think, yeah, I'm not gonna take somebody to go see I Spit on Your Grave or The Last House on the Left as a first date. You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid. You're gonna
Yeah.
get yourself like, I don't know, slapped across the face.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that first date movie, like you gotta pick it strategically too. Like you can't be going taking them to the lighthouse or something like that. It's not gonna work.
I did not like The Lighthouse. Ugh,
Me either.
I hated The
That was the
Lighthouse.
weirdest thing I've
You know
ever
what's
seen
funny,
in my
Mike, is you didn't like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies either. And you also did not like something else that we recently saw in theaters that was came out. I'm like, Mike just keeps saying he doesn't like the same movies as me.
life.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
and you like American Pie, and I love American Pie, so
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now I'm excited about that raunchy comedy stream to hear your
yeah.
thoughts. I had about 50 and then I got it down to like 20 and then down to like I think 9 and then 6.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
I only had a handful of, like, ones I actually owned, but then I just picked up a few more recently, so it's a
um
growing collection.
yeah, yeah. But I did not like Lighthouse and I absolutely hated Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Alright, let's take a look at where we at. So oh, yeah, we're down to the last few questions here, so I don't wanna keep Bob too long, so we'll get through these. Alright, so we're on to how do we think the movie is gonna do at the box office? So the first Halloween 2018, that made 70 something million. Halloween Kills was 50 something million. Now, I'm gonna go in the middle for my prediction here. I'm guessing it
Halloween Kills only made 50 million.
opening weekend, sorry.
Oh,
Domestic
opening.
opening weekend, not worldwide. No, way more it earned way more
Yeah, it
worldwide.
was over 100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying opening weekend though for Halloween Ends, I'm guessing it's gonna be in the middle. I'm gonna go 60 million, not too much higher than that because I think it will do better than Halloween Kills because that was like deep into the COVID time. So I think we'll get a few more people out to the theaters on this one. But it's still on Peacock, which is a problem. I don't know why they're doing it on streaming same day. That doesn't make any sense to me
That's
from a
crazy.
business
That's
perspective.
crazy and blown.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I felt like it could have made like another additional 5 to 10 million more. So I'm gonna say at best 60 million opening weekend, and then just depending on how good it is gonna decide if it's gonna have good legs and make more
I'm gonna
worldwide.
go. I'm gonna go 56 million.
I like
I,
that.
I
That's a
think
good
they're.
number.
I think they're doing a really good job marketing it. Um, but I think some people are a little wary on it. Some people don't even want to see it. But I think people, even the ones that don't want to see it or think it's gonna suck, still are gonna see it because of it's Halloween ends, so it's gonna end. It's another Michael Myers movie, and like you said, COVID. I'm not sitting here getting political, but I feel like nobody talks about COVID anymore, so I don't think that should play a factor in the numbers at the box office. So, but Peacock, yeah, probably will because people like to sit at home and watch it. Especially for cheaper. I got the A-list pass to AMC, so I just pay for the month and I get to see 3 movies a week. So it works out.
Oh yeah, the subscription passes are the way to do it. I have the Regal Unlimited, so yeah, unlimited movies. It's a fun time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with 56 million. Does Anna have the Regal Unlimited, I assume then
Oh
too?
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Good,
I'm
good.
like that.
Fantastic.
That was a must because I mean we go all the time. We get the value out of it. I mean, if you see at least 2 movies a month, you break even. But
You're always
I go
going in
like,
those tank tops, man, showing the guns
yes,
and everything, the
yep,
chest hair a little bit, man.
yep.
Trying to impress Anna, huh?
Yeah, those are the out of the theater reactions, everybody. So those are like exclusive. They're there if you want to see.
Oh my goodness, he's trying to get Anna hot and heavy before they get home.
Mhm.
um,
Yes, before the dinner, whatever the
where
dinner is going to
before
be.
the dinner, yeah. What are you guys eating? What where do you live that it's that nice of weather still right now? Oh, you're
Oh,
in California.
California.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you
yeah,
still got nice.
Valley of California. So
Yeah,
yeah, California. It actually is pretty hot right now for my time. Like usually we get better fall weather where it's a little bit cooler. I mean, it's still kind of warm, but it still feels like summer where I'm at, like super hot. So I'm not loving it. I want cooler weather.
Oh,
Um,
I'm in Chicago. Well, Illinois. I actually hate the city, but it's probably like I don't know. It's been like 50 degrees lately, and I love wearing quarter zips, as you can see, in hoodies. So like, I love the fall. You got the leaves falling, the weather, hoodie weather. Obviously football season if you're a football fan, but yeah, horror movies. It's so much fun, man. Haunted houses. Are you a big haunted house guy or no?
um, not haunted houses, just going to like the theme parks like Universal or Six
Gotcha.
Flags, like Fright Night, that type of
You
stuff.
guys are close to Universal?
Like 4 hours away because that's Southern California. We're more Central California, so it's not too far. And then my family lives down there, so
Yeah.
can always visit them. But then
I'm still curious. I want to
theme
hear
park.
Anna, what she decided to make for dinner since she was asking. I'm curious what's for dinner tonight, Anna.
Yeah. Oh, and Anna's not making it. She's gonna get food for sure.
Oh, then
Yeah.
Chinese food. Chinese. Yep. Do you like
That would
Chinese?
be an awesome surprise, though.
Yeah, Anna, Chinese food. I'll take some Chinese. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll Venmo you.
Yeah, yeah, Halloween Ends, I don't think is even gonna have a chance to get to that Halloween 2018 level with the box office, like 70 something million, because that was the second best opening weekend in October. I think Venom was the first.
You know, I got into it with a friend of mine. We argued, like two idiots, but I actually think that streaming hurt box office numbers more than COVID did.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. I
He's
agree with
like,
that.
"Oh, it's COVID, it's COVID, it's COVID," and I was like, I was like, "No, it's if anything, like we're past quarantine. Like people are not very afraid of it anymore. I'd never hear people talk about it. It's got to be, um, it's got to be the streaming. I think like Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Max, and whatever else you got out there. I mean, everything. It's just, I think it's definitely, I think it's streaming."
Oh yeah, everybody's so used to streaming now and they really got into that habit of streaming. So, I mean like Anna loves streaming, so she'll stream all day. Even if I have the physical disc for something, she'll still watch it on streaming.
Yeah,
She doesn't want to get up and put the disc in the player. I'm like, it's easy.
Hannah,
It's not that
it's better
difficult.
quality.
I know. I tried to tell her that. She's like, I don't care about the
Hannah,
quality. I want the convenience. I don't want to get out of bed.
Anna was my best friend before I heard that. I don't know. Now I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. She's a streamer out there, but
we'll have to turn her on to physical media, man.
yes, I'm trying. I'm trying every day.
How many movies do you have? I know you got like 4,000 bazillion
Pops. I have
Funko
about a
Pop.
couple thousand pops. For movies, I think I'm about 1,000.
And you have a bedroom for your Funko Pops alone?
Yeah, so this is like my game room slash studio slash random collectibles.
Have you ever done a video on your channel for your Funkos?
Not like a full on tour. Nah, not
Gotcha.
where I've shown everything off because I do have more Funkos in the living room, which then has like the majority of my movies. So I
That's
need to
awesome
do a
though.
room tour though.
No,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I mean, Tim Talks Talkies has talked about like how it's his house. He made his like living room a movie room, and just because it's a bigger space. And he's like, I'm not your typical person. It's my house, my rules. I'll do what I want with it. And for sure, right? I mean, it's our
Yep.
house, you know. I mean, when I'm looking for a place, I start thinking to myself, okay, this shelf could go here, and that's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Where the movies are gonna go.
I already need a new shelf though. Like with how much I've ordered this year, and I've really stepped up on like the ordering of physical media. Because like just this month and last month alone, I'm like, oh my goodness, I've gotten so many titles. I have to get a new shelf now for the living room. Like in a month, I'm gonna be out of space. Got to put up a whole new shelf, and then I should be good for like another 1,000. But
Yeah.
another year or two at least. Oh, Anna says we need a new house.
You need a house just for your Funko Pops alone. How many bedrooms is your house?
uh, three.
3 bedrooms?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you got the game room, the Funko room, and then like your master bedroom.
Yeah, and another one's an office.
Gotcha.
Office/guest room. All right. Let's see where we have questions. So we talked about the box office. Definitely don't think it's going to do good as Halloween 2018. I do think it'll do a little bit better than Kills just because it is the final one in the trilogy. People are going to want to see how it ends. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes, and if it's good, if it'll do better
I would
worldwide.
just
later.
love to see once in my life Scream beat Halloween. It's never
How did Scream do again? I'm trying to wonder.
it was
because
like
Scream was
90
really good.
million. It made like 90 million in the US.
Just
So
domestic 90
I
million.
think it was just under. Yeah, it didn't quite get the legs to get to 100,000, but or 100 million, but it was close. And I'm very curious. Anna's on her way home. I want to see what she brought us.
I know, right? It's gonna make a guest appearance with the dinner.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
a nice surprise.
Make sure you hand it to the side here. I'll just grab it. Like, yep, thank you.
All right, and then our next question here. We only have a couple more questions, everybody out there. But if you have questions, comments, definitely put those in there. We'll definitely read those out and answer them. But where do we think the franchise is most likely going to go in the future? So not yet where we want it to go, but where do we think it's going to go? So because it's Halloween ends, I think it's gonna obviously end this, well, I guess trilogy/4 films if you count the original. So I think that's kind of a safe bet. Probably like this trilogy is ended, but no way this is the last Halloween movie. There's gonna be plenty more Halloween movies. It's a moneymaker. Michael Myers is way too well known of a character. Now, Laurie Strode, on the other hand, if they get rid of Laurie Strode, I could see that character maybe being gone for quite some time. Um, but yeah, I think
Unless it's remade.
yeah, could get a remake, which
Yeah.
is could you imagine that?
I mean,
Just a straight up original
nowadays,
Halloween
I
remake.
could though. I could
Yeah,
because we're remaking movies 15 years later. Strangers is getting a complete remake, I think. So, I mean, yeah, and we see movies get remade 4 different times. So, yeah, I could see a remake, especially in 2022. Now, I don't think companies really care about any of that. I think they're just like they see green, googly eyes with the money coming out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can make money on this. Let's do it."
yeah, that makes sense, and I could see that probably happening not right away, but give it 10 something years.
Yep.
Why not, right?
In 15
Um,
years? Absolutely,
mm,
100%. Not 2 years later, but yeah, 15
yeah.
years later, 100%. When I'm probably dead because of old age. Yep, they'll have remade this 10 more times.
Yeah, and I do think they'll probably pause the franchise for a while after this one. I think they will wait at least like 3 to 5 years before doing something new, whether it is a remake or whether they just pick up with a new story and make a whole new trilogy or whatever it might be. But I think they will pause it for a little while. What do you think, Bob? Do you think they're going to pause it, or like 2 years
I
later
think
we're getting another one?
no, I think this is it, unless it's gonna be successful, but I think this is it depending on the ending now. But from what I've heard, it's a very unsatisfying ending. So I'm like, but everything like people. I'm gonna go off topic slightly. as if I haven't already 1,000 times. But people don't understand these things when they're like, why doesn't this get a 4K? Why does this get a 4K and this doesn't get a Blu-ray even? This is this and that. It's like, you guys got to understand money, okay? And contracts and rights issues and cost and getting the rights to it and then putting out a transfer. And so it's no different with these movies. People have to be willing to pay the money to get Halloween. Jason Blum's, I'm pretty sure the contract's up. They had plans for 3. I think the contract is up. So he's going to have to pay to, Blumhouse would, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but they'll have to pay. And then they'll have to see if they have fans that want more, and Danny McBride is interested in writing another one, and along with David Gordon Green and directing one. So he's co-writing and directing. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And then as far as, I think this is it. I think that they've announced this is it for the trilogy. They're not going to do any more. I think this is it. I don't see any more in here. I think David Gordon Green has come out and said it himself. This is it for this. It's never going to end. Halloween will always be around, but this is it for us. So I think this is it. But never say never.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because it's Halloween Ends. They've already said they want
Yeah,
to
what
end
are
the
you doing
trilogy.
here? Like, when you do that stuff, Halloween Ends and then you release it, I can't stand that. This is, it's the final chapter. You guys the horror movies have to stop doing that. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And
Yeah, you thought they would have learned from that way
it's
back
like,
when,
y'all got to
but
stop this, stop it with your final chapter BS. Like, it's not, because then you see how well it does and you're like, oh, there's money to be made. Let's release another one. We'll call it, Jason Returns. And it's like, what the fuck? Just don't call stuff final chapter. Like, you're going to bring them back. And they find
yeah.
new ways to bring them back. They're dead. They've died in every movie, but they keep bringing them back,
Yeah, and I could see if this movie does really well, like better than Halloween 2018, 70 plus, gets to 80 million opening weekend, 150 plus worldwide. I could see them going quick on another sequel, just like Scream did. They saw the success of Scream. They're like, okay, we got to get Scream 6 going. Everybody loved Scream, did well.
Well, they
We're
know
on
this is going to do well. They know. They have to know. This is going to make money. That's a given. That's what they did with Escape Room. They cashed in while the going was hot. Same with kind of Happy Death Day too. That took a little bit longer, but yeah, cash in when the iron's hot, right? But I think this is it for Halloween. They've said that. What kind of reputation? I guess who cares at that point? But as far as reputation, but why? Why? This was it. You had a trilogy in place, and you're going to do more. This is it. It's got to be it. I don't have respect for them much, but I just will rip them a new one. And I think a lot of people would as well. But and again, if it sucks, people are going to be like, "We want another one. You fucked this one up."
Oh yeah, that's inevitable. If this one is terrible, they're just like right away restart it. Let's redo it.
Yeah.
Remake the whole trilogy. So, do you think most likely with this pause then, if it is the end, are they going to do the remake, you think, more likely before just a new separate story with Michael Myers? Like, where do you think it's most likely to head next 5-10 years? Would you say it's the remake or just a separate story of Michael Myers? Like, no Laurie Strode involved, none of that, none of these characters besides Michael Myers.
I think that we are going to. I think this is going to be it for a while. I think this is it for Halloween. I think it's going to cost some people money. Somebody's going to have to pay. That's going to take time. Write another script. That's going to take time. Find a director. That's going to take time. I don't know if it will be or will be without. Will or will not be with Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie Strode. I think she's done too. I do. As far as her as an actress, I think she's done with the Halloween franchise. I think this one also might actually kill her once again. So now she'll be dead twice in the same franchise. So what is this? Vampire Diaries bringing back dead people and all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is it. I think you're going to get one, who knows, a new reboot or requel or whatever you want to call it. But I think in a couple probably, I don't know, a couple of years, 10, 15 years. Anna brought you my In-N-Out burger.
Yes. Yep.
So
Bob, have you ever had In-N-Out by chance?
So I had so I went to Texas, Dallas, for the first time in December for a race I was running, and it was nice. I like Dallas a lot. Excuse me, but they had In-N-Out burger and Whataburger, and everybody there was like, when you're in Texas, you gotta have Whataburger. In-N-Out burger's just okay, and that's for California. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go to Whataburger, right? And what an average burger. I was like, what? It was just average. Whataburger was, I was like, man, I had better burgers in Illinois, you know? So yeah, I've never had In-N-Out now.
Yeah, I have heard some people not like In-N-Out that are from out of California, and they've tried it and they're like, "Hey, what was the big hype about it?" Now, I love In-N-Out, but it could be just because 'cause I'm used to it. Because we eat, like, In-N-Out, like, every week.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, no, Whataburger was for me what you're describing, like where it's like, what the heck? This is just average. I mean, but I'm from Illinois, you know, so yeah, it was not very good, but yeah, I had it. We got a bunch of different places while we were out there. I'm the kind of person when I travel, I love to try new things. So I want to try something that, like, if I'm from out of the state, okay, and I come to California, I'm not going to McDonald's. That's for damn sure. For one, I don't like McDonald's. But number two, I want to try something that's not out here. What's the fun in doing that, you know? Are
Oh,
you a
yeah,
big
that's me
sweets guy?
too.
Do you like sweets?
I don't eat too many sweets, but if I travel, that's when I will try whatever the best
I
stuff is
like
out there.
I like to try I like to try a cookie, and if I can get my hands on it, I like trying donuts at different places.
Mm,
But I
donuts
try
sound
not
so
to do
good.
that often because, you know, weight and things like that. Yeah. In-N-Out
But
is okay too, overrated, she said.
yeah, Anna, because we have it so much, she's not a big fan of it. But yeah, donuts, like, that's why I try not to go like look at donuts, because if I see donuts, like, it's done. Like, they're delicious. But I try to stay away
Now,
from them too.
question. I keep yawning, sorry. So you know it's weird too because you're not even tired and you still yawn. Does that ever happen to you? But
Oh yeah, all the time.
so I was watching the show the other day, and they're like, they were arguing over. He's like, it's not a donut if it doesn't have a hole in it. And so she's like, yes, it is. And he's like, I don't know why you call this. It was, so she had like a jelly filled or whatever. It was basically, there was no hole. And they were arguing over whether it was an actual donut or not. He's like, it's not a donut unless there's the hole in the middle. So what do you think?
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, jelly filled donuts are donuts. Yeah, those are
Yeah. So
good.
it doesn't need the hole.
Oh yeah. Have you ever had a donut cheeseburger where they use the donuts as the buns?
No, my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. There's places like that out here.
There's some
It's
wild
wild.
things out there. There's a race in, I think, North Carolina or somewhere, that's a you run a 5K, and like a mile and a half into the race you run to a Krispy Kreme. It's called the Krispy Kreme run or something, and you eat a dozen donuts and then run back.
Mm, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
goodness. I feel like
yeah.
I would get sick.
I mean,
Like,
they're
they eat
moist
donuts
and
before they
soft,
run?
and they're moist and like very warm, so they're easy to eat, you know, but it's still that would be rough. I've never had voodoo donuts, no.
I don't think I've had voodoo donuts either. Have I, Anna? I feel like I haven't. All right. Let's get to this because I know we're getting tired here. We'll do this final question and then, we'll sign off here. Let you all know what to expect coming up from both of our channels. But our final question here. All right. So we talked about where do we think the franchise will go. Now let's just mention where would we like it to go? What would we most like to see? Now, for me, I would definitely like them to do another Halloween film, probably sooner rather than later, just because I love the Halloween franchise. But I don't want them to just do a remake right away. I don't want them to continue on with these same characters. So I would do something almost completely different. Like, if you're gonna go Michael Myers, which they probably would, okay, but try to do something way different with it. Or And I know people are probably gonna like, oh, terrible idea, but I wouldn't mind seeing an anthology tale of some sort, like they did with Halloween 3, because I love Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I like that. Um, I wonder if there's a way you could do that now.
I'm gonna know your whole ranking by the time we get to the Halloween.
I didn't say where I'd place it. I just said I like it. I like it. You'll have to find the ranking on Bob's channel, everybody, once we get to that. But do some kind of anthology thing with Halloween for a while, because once again, I'm kind of getting burnt out on these characters now. So either they're gonna have to pause a long time, 5, 10 years, or give us something just completely different. But I'm a big Halloween fan, so I want to see more, but then I'm also at that mode where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of a little burnt out a bit. Bob, what do you feel? Where should it go? What would be best case scenario for you?
Still 17 likes. Smash that like button. All right, so for me, it ending at the end. Leave it be. What is that saying? Like, let bygones be bygones. It's over. This was it. It was a trilogy. Like, man, I'm the kind of person, and I think Tim would actually appreciate me saying this, is I don't need everything to get a sequel. Even as a movie buff, don't get me wrong, there's some movies where I'm like, oh, cool, it's getting a sequel, but some things are just better left done. Like, I think the Marvel movie, they need to take a break or end it. Like, we're 30 films in now, I don't know. I mean, it's better than a Halloween, I guess, technically, but like, I think sometimes you just need to say, you know what? But at the end of the day, they don't care what I have to say. It's this talks, the green money. That's all that matters to them. So most of them, at least. I'm sure directors actually want to put out a good movie, but these companies, man, it's all about money. They see, like you said, the success of Scream, and they're like, okay, let's get another one out. So that's how it goes. And look at what they did with Neve Campbell. They didn't pay her what she wanted to be paid. So these companies, man, they're greedy. They want every freaking penny, and they could have afforded to pay her. They're gonna make cuckoo bucks,
Yeah, that was a shame that they didn't pay her what she deserved. Especially with being from the franchise, every single one from the beginning. I mean, I don't know, obviously, what was the negotiations like? How much was she asking? But pay her. She's a star. That's
Yeah.
Scream. Like, how do you have Scream without her? That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother stream there. But yeah, I agree with that. So you would say for Halloween, then, ideal scenario, just end it, focus on new ideas, just get away from this franchise. We're good.
It's over. Stop. Let it be. Let it be for a long time. Like, let somebody else get their hands on it and give it a shot if you want to do that. But this is it. You decided to do a trilogy. You wrote a trilogy. Let it go. Like, it's like us as YouTube creators. If we write a series, it's over. Like, you could do a spin-off. You could do something else, whatever you want to do. But if you had plans for 6 weeks, you had plans for 6 weeks. Let it go. Like, it's over.
So no adding in like a part 7,
No,
part 8.
It's over. Let it go. Like, they need to like drop it, man. This is a trilogy. This Halloween Ends. You called it Halloween Ends for a reason. End it. It's done. Like, let it be.
You know what? I will give them mad respect if they do that. Like, if it's completely ended for a long, long time and they actually ended it well, like, I'd be totally happy with that scenario too. Like, I'd be like, okay, hey, you said what you were going to do and it was awesome, well executed. I'd be happy with that.
No, this is it. It's got to end it, man. Halloween Ends.
All right. So that was our set of questions here. Yeah, I guess we can kind of just wrap things up here. We went through a lot of the comments. We got a lot of questions here. So, Bob, thank you so much again for being on this channel. Any last minute thoughts, anything you want to promote for your channel? Go ahead and let everybody out there know.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, I always enjoy doing live streams. Thanks for having me. I know we had plans to do the raunchy comedy stream tonight. When that ended, came up with a great idea to do this. So I hope you had fun. I know I go off on rants, man. Anybody who knows me knows I do that. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on the channel, as always. It was fun. As far as things I got coming up, I got 10 streams in the next 20 days, so I've got a lot. So pay attention to my channel if you did enjoy seeing me. Yeah, tomorrow I got 2 streams. I've got a review of Tombs of the Blind Dead coming up, and then I'm going to be on Huck's Trivia Night. Next week I'm doing a top 5 horror ranking. I've got an all women stream coming up in a couple like 2 weeks here. So yeah, stay tuned. There's a lot coming up in October.
Awesome.
So subscribe to the channel and you'll see. Stay busy.
Yeah, definitely everybody out there, subscribe to Bob's channel. A lot of great content, very fun, amazing live streams. I'm so excited for that raunchy one. That one I know is going to get wild. That one's going to be just a ton of fun. I'm so excited for that one.
Wait until y'all see the thumbnail for that one. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Yes, it's a good one. Gus is going to like it. Everybody's going to like it.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, just to kind of finish up with my channel, if you guys have not yet subscribed, definitely subscribe. If you're watching this on the replay and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like the videos, enjoy the content. I post constantly. I try to post every other day, if not almost every other day. Tons of unboxing, reviews, collections, hauls, physical media news. So if you love physical media, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to the channel. And I don't think we got to the like count, but I will go ahead and put on
Don't
the map
spoil
for you
it.
all.
You gotta do it.
I got it for the fans. Let's
all
see
right.
if I can
look at that. You gotta go solo here so we could see that.
Yeah.
Can you see?
There we go. Do I look like Michael Myers? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little muffled, so it's definitely wouldn't be.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
There you go. So there we go.
Oh, your hair is
now my hair is all messed up, but we got Mega Mike the Myers man with that one. But yeah, thank you all for joining us on this live stream. And remember to make every day a movie day out there. So go ahead and watch some awesome movies for a spooky season. I hope we hyped you all up for a Halloween end. So yeah, have a good night, everyone. Great seeing you all here.
Thanks again for having me.